Hi, this is Aisha. Welcome to my Twitter whatever series. Here we're going to read this tweet by Ryan Dagler. He says, "Just a reminder that Britney Spears' parents were never trying to help her. This is what narcissistic abuse of the scapegoat can look like. They abused her and used her all her life, and when she cried out for help decades ago and shaved her head in response to the abuse, they made the narrative about that she had inherent mental health problems to cover up the abuse trauma. They then used the abuse trauma that they caused to take full control of her life, which caused her further trauma, worsening the effects of her CPTSD. It's absolutely monstrous that what they did to her, and I think it's important to recognize the narcissistic abuse dynamic that it is. It's going to show how so many people will side with the it goes to show how many people will side with the abusers. I can't see the bottom, but it's how frightening and devastating narcissistic abuse is. Can you imagine trying to get help from the abusive situation you're in and your abusers end up getting more control over your life? It's sickening. It would make me want to shrivel up and die, just when the judicial system or the people who are supposed to protect us and support the abusers. It is the most horrific feeling in the world, like all your hoping and humanity just disappears. You feel shattered." I was going to use another video, but I'll put it in this one. Let it roll.
Disorder, and every night I have schizoaffective disorder, and every night I pray that the next morning my family will wake up and have completely forgotten that I have that diagnosis. Like, low-key, me telling them that shit, looking back, it was self-harm. Because the way they use that information against me is insane, dude. Like, it's truly insane. Now when I call out their bad behavior, it's, "Did you take your antipsychotics today? Bitch, did you? I can share." I say, "You did this and it hurt me. You have a pattern of doing this and it hurt me. You're schizo. You're in psychosis. Bitch, I'm not..." Anything I say that they did bad, that they did wrong, that was just an example of how I was in psychosis 100% of the time for the first 18 years of my life. None of it was real. It was all the psychosis. It was all the... If you have a toxic family and you have any sort of psychotic disorder, don't tell them. Don't tell them about it unless you really have to. I'm telling
She wishes she never told them. And looking back, she views telling them as self-harm. Even me, I'm not, diagnosed with any type of disorder except depression when I was, a teenager. But even with me having no formal diagnosis, they still were calling me crazy when I was outside dancing in the rain after they abused me and they thought I would fall apart. And it clicked in my head, oh my God, like, I'm experiencing this, but thank you God, I still have me. I'm still fine. I can still dance. I can still laugh and love and vibe to music and feel good in my body when they thought they were destroying me. Granted, I did bawl my eyes out and have like a mini panic attack in my room by myself, letting all that frustration and anger out before I went and danced in the rain. But they're not going to see that vulnerable side of me. They're not going to see how they affected me because they don't have the capacity and the empathy to know how to handle that vulnerable emotion, that real life human response to abuse. They'll just say, "Oh, if I was crying, it's damned if I do, damned if I don't." If I cried and showed them if I showed them my vulnerability, they would just look at that and say, "Oh, you're hurt. Okay, cool, whatever." If I didn't show them my vulnerability, then, "Oh, she's crazy. Because look at her. She must be mentally wrong." Oh, because what? Maybe you know that what you do is wrong and you said you didn't hurtful things and you expect me to react like a human being, no? You need to learn that as a narc abuse survivor, your pain is true despite if they validate it or not. Especially because one of the narcissistic abuse family tactics is to make you prove that you're sane. They want you to prove yourself that you are okay, that you're stable, that you're rational, that you're not just all up in your emotions, that you're logical, because they're the logical ones and you're the emotional ones when you react. It's a losing game. And to begin to thrive beyond the abuse, we need to affirm and be content in our self-belief, in our knowing of ourselves and knowing of the truth, and not continuing to fall into their loop and their trap of proving to them that we are sane and okay. They're already committed to misunderstanding you. What do you think showing them that they hurt you will do? It'll just make you feel even more misunderstood, lost, confused, and hurt because they're seeing you be hurt and they still don't care. They still have no remorse. They still don't reflect, "Oh, what did I do?" Know that your emotional wounds don't make you weak. They make you real. She thought that they would understand her situation and move accordingly by treating her with more empathy, having more mercy towards her, having more patience with her. But instead, they just took that disorder and flipped it right back in her face. They weaponized it. The very thing that they might have potentially actually caused. Now when she calls them out, they say, "Did you take your meds? Oh, you're going through paranoia right now. Oh, you're going through this." And And they even used it to group in all 18 years of her abuse now to say anything in the past that you called us out on, it was your issue. You're the one who had the problem. You're the one who had the abuse. Sick. They were able to absolve themselves of any wrongdoing, all because she went to them and hoped that they would understand and have empathy. And instead, they literally just flipped it back in her face and weaponized her trauma and her experience. This gets to my point that the number one rule, I would say, of healing and thriving beyond narcissistic abuse is to get it through your and my head that we can't offer our vulnerability to them anymore. They are not to be trusted with that kind of vulnerability on the effect they've had on you or the effect of your inner and emotional world. It will further ruin your emotional and mental health and further make you feel scapegoated and further make you feel like, damn, maybe I am the problem, because you blatantly told them, hey, I have a problem, and they just put it back in your face. Your reactions, your hurt, your pain are signs that you're waking up, that you know that you deserve to be treated better than this. They are not signs that you are too sensitive or emotionally ill. You are not. You're just human. And humans react to abuse. They get hurt if something hurt them. And narcs want you to just act like nothing happened. They want you to just move on and be fine while they continue to treat you like they do. Now, how do you move forward from this? The path to true healing is choosing yourself through painful choices, like limiting contact with them, setting hard boundaries, grieving the family that you wish and wanted to have. Every time you choose peace and healing over crashing out, over trying to explain it to them, to defend yourself to them, you are choosing yourself and you are healing and growing. You are not the broken one. You are actually the one breaking generational trauma and generational traumas and curses, because you are actually calling out this behavior. You are calling out dysfunction. You are seeking healing. You are the generational curse breaker, and that is not a curse. That is a legacy. And now you get the chance to build your own reality, because being in theirs, you will always be the scapegoat. You will always be the brunt end of any type of emotional reconciliation or compassion or empathy. Narc families live and thrive off of distorting your reality, but now it's time for you to build and cultivate your own, where there's peace and love and kindness based off your value, your health, your peace. And this is what we do here. This is Aisha, and thank you for watching. And yeah, nice to talk to you guys again.